Virgin is known for their big party called Scarlet Night. All we knew was that everybody was supposed to be wearing Scarlet and you're gonna have a huge party that night and it was gonna go crazy. All day long, they hyped this thing up. From the very moment we walked into the galley to get food for breakfast, they were like, hey, you guys ready for Scarlet Night? Are you so excited for Scarlet Night? Everyone ready for Scarlet Night?
So it's a normal day, nothing really happening during the day except a lot of people coming to us and saying, you ready for Scarlet Night? Like prepping you. It probably didn't get started till after supper at like 6:30.
Yeah, I think it was 7 o'clock.
Okay, yeah, 6:30, 7 o'clock, and then you all met in one room.
Basically, we all met on the bottom of like deck 5 or 6 in this open area where the round stairs drops you off at. You're standing there, everyone's waiting, everyone's in red, just excited for whatever's about to happen. The lights go out and then they come back on and everything's red. All the lighting across the entire ship is red. And that's how you know, like, okay, Scarlet Night is starting. But the staff then started with this weird like role-playing skit about marrying different cruisers together. They were like, oh, we're gonna marry this person and this person. And they had random people come pretend to be their like maid of honor and best man and tell fake stories about them. And we're like, where's this going? And then another staff member, right as they come to say their vows, is like, oh, you can't marry them, I'm in love with them. And honestly, looking around, people were just confused, like, what is happening right now? And then they were like, okay, forget it. We're all gonna get married tonight. Pick somebody and get married. And we're like, okay. And they're like, all right, let's go to the reception. So they're like, follow us. And so we thought we were gonna go to like a reception party now, and this is where the party was at. So I'm like, okay, we got through the little awkward entry. Let's go to the party. So we go upstairs and they took us to the coffee bar, which is an odd place to host a party. And we walk in, they were handing out champagne to a few people. So I walk up to go get champagne for us and they're like, oh, it's $5 a glass or $15 a glass, whatever it was. And I was like, what? You just handed like 15 people? And they're like, yeah, the first X amount of people got free champagne. If I'm gonna pay for a drink, I'm gonna pay for a drink that I want. So this coffee house kind of gets packed really fast. Finally, the music comes on and it was Billie Jean. Not exactly like your party vibe atmosphere. So now everyone's kind of like looking around, confused, what's going on? What are we about to do? Is something gonna happen now? Are they gonna start like a party game? No, just another 80s song came on. Then somebody made an announcement over the PA that the photo booths are open. So everyone like scatters, there's 2 photo booths, one in the front, one in the rear. And you go there, there's 2 photo booths for 2,000 people to try to take pictures at. So the lines are super long. You finally get there and you get this cheesy photo of you saying that you were there for Scarlet Night after like a 30, 35, 40 minute wait to take a picture at the photo booth. Realizing there was nothing going on and trying to figure out what was happening right now with Scarlet Night that we've been hyped up for all day, we decided to go see the show that night. The show that night was the show and the story of Scarlet Night, which is obviously a fictional tale that they made up about the history of Scarlet Night, which is a made up thing. So we go to the Red Room, the main theater, to go see the story of Scarlet Night. There's one performer there, she's lying across a couch, and she's supposedly a sea goddess. The entire show is just her singing and telling you the story of Scarlet Night by herself right there. There's no dancing, there's no backup dancers, there's no light show, there's no production to this at all. It's her telling you this fictitious story. It got so awkward. At the end of the show, she stands up and she's like, it's time for you to leave now. And literally everybody in the audience is like,
looking at each other like, do we really leave?
Is
Where
she
do we go?
talking to us? It was very weird. And it took her like 4 attempts to be like, no, seriously, it's time for you to leave now. And then finally she literally turned her back on us and then just kind of like stared at the stage. And while people were like, okay, well, I guess we'll get up and leave because I think the show is over. Very weird. Finally, around 10 o'clock at night, they start the pool party. And that is the party that they've been hyping up this whole time. Loud music, light show, this massive inflatable octopus, which is part of the story of Scarlet Night that I'll let you find out for yourself when you go. So you have this massive inflatable octopus, music, games, drinking, people, everyone around like 1, 2 in the morning jumped in the pool with their clothes on. That was the crazy Scarlet Night party up there. But before that, really not much going on, really not something that I would even worry about next time.
Right, I definitely would have planned supper later. So you can plan all your times, and since everybody was hyping it up, we planned our supper to be earlier so we wouldn't miss anything. I would not have felt bad scheduling supper to like 7 o'clock that night, knowing that the real fun would not have started until like 10 o'clock.
Hey guys, so the full review ended up being over 40 minutes long. That's something you're interested in, we have the link to it right here. While I realize you may not be interested in watching a 40-minute video today, I broke up the long video into shorter videos so you can look for just the video that you need, whether you're interested in music, production, day or nighttime activities, ports of call, food reviews, Scarlet night, anything like that, the pools. It's all here for you in this one convenient playlist. I hope that helps, and we'll see you guys in the next video.